Hi everyone! In today's video we're going to be experimenting with abstract watercolor. Now here's an abstract watercolor painting that I have done that I really enjoyed doing. I actually did this with my daughter. I'm trying to teach her how to paint. She's only 3 and one of the things that she really enjoys is color. So I've been trying to teach her how to apply color in ways that would give you a really interesting abstract outcome. So this is just one of many examples of my paintings. Here's one of my daughter's. One of the really nice things about an abstract painting like this is you don't have to worry about a reference. You can just kind of have fun with it. And no two paintings are going to be the same. So, don't worry about having the same result as me. It's just not going to happen. And who knows, you might not even like my result. So do your own thing, have some fun with it. I'm going to be doing a wet on wet abstract watercolor painting here. So I have my spray bottle. This is going to be very important. I have my water. This is very important. Clean water. Paper towels, of course. And I've been using these paints. So I'm limiting my color palette here to basically primaries. And that way I will not create kind of too many brown colors. And these are the colors that I used here. So just a yellow, a blue, orange, and a pink. And I've kind of got them in my palette already. You can see how vibrant they are. And I'm going to start by just wetting my paper down with my spray bottle. So I've done a nice light spray, and then I'm going to just kind of do a little bit more of a spray in the middle. So I want the center to be kind of where my colors all come together. Now I'm going to start with yellow. So I'm really getting a lot of yellow on my brush here. So you can see I have my paints all ready. They're all watered down, but they're still very, very saturated. So I'm getting a lot of paint on my brush. And just like I showed my daughter, I'm just going to kind of put it around. I'm going to create a shape here. So I'm going to try to avoid the edges, but they might get over to the edges, and if it does, that's totally okay. Load it up here again. There we go. So because we have that spray down, we're going to get little tiny pulls happening here. The paint is going to pull into the water where it's wet. I might even do one more spray just to get some of those. There we go. Some of those colors flowing to the edges a little bit. You don't want too much water, otherwise your colors will get muddy in the middle, but just a little bit is nice. Now, since I'm using yellow, I can jump right into my orange without needing to clean my brush. And my colors are going to mix anyway, so I'm not too worried about that because there's already yellow in orange. So I'm going to take that and I'm going inside of that yellow. So I'm not going to do this, it's going to kind of be a general rule, but it's not going to be my make it or break it rule here. Like I might decide to come out a little bit here with some orange and let the orange touch the edge of the page. So I'm just dabbing in that paint, wet on wet style, just having some fun with wet on wet. Wet on wet is one of the nicest ways to do watercolor painting because it really does let the paint just take over. You just kind of let the paint do its thing. All right, so that's looking, interesting enough for now, I think. Maybe I'll just go a little bit out here with it. There we go. Now I'm gonna just do a light wash and I'm gonna hop in with some of this really vibrant pink. And I'm going to kind of go inside of that even. So there we go. I love how that just kind of pulled out there. So I'm intentionally laying colors on top of each other that are going to mix well with each other to create kind of interesting textures and stuff. Get a little bit of darkness out here. Maybe I'll pull a little bit of it into here. Now I'm not using expensive paper, so my paper is going to do some buckling. And you know what? That's okay. It's going to create these more saturated areas. It's going to create little swirls like you're seeing in here. This is a nice little swirl that's happening in here. Let's see. Whoa, that one was big. That's okay though. That's totally fine. So we're starting to see this really interesting abstract form taking shape here. Now the blue is where it gets a little bit tricky. I do like to add it just for a little bit of a cool color popping in. But of course, when you mix blue and yellow together, you get green. And if you mix all of these colors together, you get brown. So we have to be a little bit careful of where we put our blue. So I'm just gonna add in some droplets here. That was not supposed to happen, but let's see where it goes. That just kind of fell off my brush. There we go. And I think it's going to be okay. We're going to get a little bit more of a green over here, which I wasn't necessarily going for, but I'm not too worried about it. There we go. Do a little dot in there. So I'm strategically dropping this in the pink areas because it'll just create a really nice purple that way. And I kind of want this to have a bit of flow to it. So I'm just gonna pull this out in here just a little bit. There we go. There, I like that a lot. Okay. You can manipulate the paint as it's on your page. You see where the pool is happening? My colors are all kind of swirling together here. So I might decide to pick this up with a paper towel. I'm gonna leave it though for now. Here, my color's pulling in. I actually don't mind that. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit of like a pink color in here. There we go. I just don't want that to be too aggressive. There we go. So this is really, really wet paint. I'm gonna pull it over here a little bit. All right, really wet paint. Just letting it do its thing. There we go. So this is actually looking pretty good. I don't want to overwork it. I might just, I don't even know if I want to pick that up. It's gonna dry in a very condensed space right here. So you see how where the page is crinkled, the water is gathering with the paint, and where it's raised, you're getting a little bit more negative space happening, and that's all part of the fun. So I'm not too worried about that. I might be done. Am I done already? I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit of yellow here and see if I can maybe play a bit of yellow. Sometimes I do a splatter, but I'm actually really liking how this is going here, so I might just leave this. Oh, I don't like that. I had some paint on my brush there, so that turned out muddy. So I'm actually just gonna pick it up. There we go. Nice thing about wet on wet watercolor, if you don't like something, you can just pull it right out as long as you do it quickly, right? I'm gonna try that again with some clean yellow. There we go, that's a little bit better. What I'm missing here is just a little bit of legs on the edge of the painting. So I'm gonna do my spray bottle one more time, just in very specific areas. Add a little bit more. So right where I'm adding these yellow areas, the edge of the page is kind of dry. The middle is obviously very, very saturated, but the very edge has dried out. So that's what I'm gonna do here, is just make a little bit of a spray there for that, for those areas. And I'm gonna just add a little bit of pink in there. So you can fuss with this as much or as little as you want, but in my limited experience here with abstract watercolor, it is a less is more situation, as you find with a lot of watercolor. Now this is getting a little bit muddy, so I'm gonna take my paper towel and I'm just gonna sop up a little bit. So I'm gonna bunch it up so I have control. I'm gonna dive right in here. Whoa, and just put it down and suck up some of that paint. You can see I got right to the bottom there, didn't I? So I'm being very careful not to move it around. I don't want to create, so it's gonna all like collect back in there, and that's fine. I don't want to wreck my page and like that. So it's all grouping back. I didn't move the paint around too much, so that's pretty good there. And again, I'm just gonna do that quick spray. There, just to get those particular sides moving just a little bit. Now, as this dries, it's going to change. So what I'm gonna do is just do a quick little time lapse of this here so you can see it changing. And yeah, that's the end of our watercolor painting for the day. And I hope you guys have fun experimenting with your watercolors. You can find me on Instagram at creations_by_Kendra_, or you can find me on Facebook at Creations by Kendra. Message me, send me your pictures. I'd love to see how they turn out. Thanks again, guys. See you soon.